Hello and welcome, my friends, to the Update Fiesta of Bloons Tower Defense 6. So we've got something new and interesting for you guys that has never happened before, at least not for this game. This is a preview to the upcoming patch notes coming out for Bloons Tower Defense 6. Now, first of all, if you guys like that NinjaKiwi is giving us a preview, so we can kind of talk about and discuss what the changes are going to be like and whether or not we like them or dislike them, please press the like button on this video so we can show NinjaKiwi we do like these changes. We like these previews. If you guys are liking the video aspect of me showing you guys the preview of these patch notes before it gets released, please comment below and let me know what you guys think about this. We got some huge changes going on in BTD6 here, which is obviously really, really exciting. Nothing terrible here at all. Nothing crazy either. But everything here is just honestly really, really solid that I've read so far, and I'm excited to show it off for you guys. So what I want to do is, because the game has not officially been updated yet, the best thing for me to do, I think, is to show you guys the patch notes themselves until we get to the balance changes. Then we can talk about those in a little more detail by showing them off. So hopefully you guys don't mind me just showing you off some words here for a little while, but then we're going to pop back into BTD6 in just a second here. So, preview notes. This is actually one of the new additional features that they want to try to come out with, which is really, really cool. They want to give us these preview updates for future updates as well, which I think is really, really cool. My only preference, personally, and you guys can let me know how you feel about this, especially in the comments below, that I would really like if they don't have to give us an exact day. I know that it's really difficult for NinjaKiwi to say it's going to come out on this day, because if it doesn't come out, people are going to riot and be like, what are you doing, NinjaKiwi? You lied to us! But they also can't give it on a day, and then they also just don't know exactly which day it's going to come out exactly. So I get that maybe they have to give us estimates, and to me, as long as they say, hey, we're planning on having it come out this week or this day, that would be more than helpful enough for me to understand and respect their kind of we're trying for this and we're hoping for this. As long as it's not months off from that, if it's a week within that rate, I think I'm going to be pretty happy, and I think you guys would be too, right? Instead of just an always upcoming, coming soon, we don't know when it's going to come, coming soon, weirdest randomness of months off from an update. That just seems so weird to me. Nonetheless, that's my smidge of complaining, I guess, but also I want to get your guys' thoughts and feelings on that as well. So let's talk about this. We got some really cool stuff going on. Co-op split editing. So this is really, really cool. Before, when you were player one, you were always top left or always on the left side. Now you can actually decide which splits you want to take. In addition to that, they're doing new co-op challenges and boss events and also cool crap over here as well. So you can do really cool split stuff with this. And a lot of co-op gameplay in BTD6, which is just straight up awesome. New awesome map, Sunken Columns. All right, I'm pretty excited for this, man. This looks really, really cool. A tribute to one of the new maps in Battles 2. For all the sight and overblockers. Oh, man, all right. I'm excited for that. We got a new hero skin, Symbols. Did you guys get it? Symbols. Triplank telekinetically at the same time. Blah, blah, blah. New achievements. So I'm not a big achievement guy, but there is a lot of people who love achievements. So for you guys, there's new stuff for you to unlock. The new monkey knowledge. I love this. I absolutely love this stuff, guys. New monkey knowledge, we don't get that much of it. And when we get it, it's usually kind of bad or stupid or just doesn't really matter. These are things that actually will matter for us. Bionic augmentation allows turbocharge ability to grant boomers camo vision. This was one of those weird things where in Battles 1, they came out with the boomerang ability to see camos with that ability. It was kind of overpowered. But in this game, it's going to make a lot more sense, because it still does not unlock it in Chimps mode. It's only allowed in every other game mode, and you have to activate ability. So it's just that smidge of extra stuff that just helps you out in that really tight situation. But I think the main thing to keep in mind here is getting a weird middle path 5th tier and using the ability to pop DDTs. Timing that ability could be really, really important for us. Bonus Glue Gunner. So this is really cool, too. Instead of a free Dart Monkey, we can now get a free Glue Gunner instead. I don't know if that's going to ever be useful, but for some people, hey, maybe. Hop on it, man. Have some fun with it. X-Ray Ultra. It's a really cool name, not going to lie. Allows Ultra Vision Super Monkeys to see, target, and shoot through blocking objects. That's pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. I mean, again, not helping it on Chimps mode or anything like that, but this is something that can actually give us a lot of extra damage and a lot of extra popping power right here. Some new trophy store items. Again, not too important for me, but for some of you guys, you're going to have to check it out in the game before you can actually see it. And limited time only trophy items because they're seasonal, blah, 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 blah. Some of those guys as well. Some winter banners. Pretty cool. Love that as well. And then big changes and additions. Sound controls. Love it. By popular request and sometimes demand. You now have more audio control over your heroes and chaotic critters. I really appreciate that because I felt like some of the critters were really annoying. You know, especially when you start to spam like 10 farms or 10 buccaneers or something, and then our walls just go. It's like, what is going on, dude? Shut up! But I didn't want to turn off all the sound, so it's nice that they specifically put those in their own little slider. And they did it with hero voices as well as their own individual slider, so you don't have to hear Quincy going, nothing gets through my bow, while all the balloons go through his bow. Don't have to deal with that anymore. All right. And some trophy store filters to help us organize things even better. Great, great, great. Love it all. So the next thing that I usually don't talk about here is the bug fixes and general changes. This is usually situations where I think there's something wrong with the game that they're just fixing that most people don't even know about, so we just kind of skip that. The one thing I like to talk about is I like to talk about the balance changes. These are things that I think are important for us to understand when we're going forward, so we can know, is a tower that's overpowered going to be now underpowered, or are all towers getting buffs that we should now start to be using more instead of just ignoring them completely. So let's talk about these and let's show them off in a game. So this isn't even all the towers that are getting changes, guys. There's more than this, but we have to start with one tower at a time to make sure that they make sense, and today we're going to start off with a Juggernaut. Juggernaut ceramic bonus increased from 2 to 3. Pretty sweet. So if you notice, the ceramic bonus already is pretty decent. I thought it was okay. I mean, we're popping 3 shots down to whites and blacks here already. But the problem is, once you get to level like 99, 95, 98, you know, those big, crazy levels where you can have crazy oh, I keep doing the spacing. Round 98. Holy crap, I suck at this. Round 98, when you have a ceramic on round 98, they're going to be so much stronger that normally these Juggernauts basically do nothing. What's the point of a Juggernaut on round 98? There really isn't a point to the Juggernaut on round 98. So that's going to make them a little more powerful, increasing it by a full 50% right there. Not bad at all, guys. In addition, another Dart Monkey change here is going to be the Crossbow Master. So the price change is going to be from 25,000 down to a measly 23,500, which kind of works out really perfectly on medium mode. I like that. We got some wild changes going on for boomerangs, man. All right, first of all, check this out. So Glaive Lord. Main attack damage increased from 1 to 8. So none of you guys have seen this guy before, but his main attack, it does not do much at all. It's just like a regular kind of shot here. When you're dealing with this crap, it just don't matter, man. It just don't matter. Going from 1 to 8. 8 whopping damage here, bro. That is insanity right there. But realistically, it's not going to make that much of a difference because Super Ceramics are already the major problem. And this guy was kind of weak against Super Ceramics anyways. So hopefully this means that he's just going to be a little bit more powerful against these balloons, and he can actually take them down pretty easily. But Glaive Lord might actually be a main tower that we can use in real games these days. Oddly enough, a middle path boomerang is going to have a weird price situation going on in here. The third tier is going to be cheaper, down to $14.50. Makes us more likely to buy a Bionic Boomerang, just getting a Glaives or Red Hot Rings or whatever in combination with this guy. But then, the turbocharged price is going to go up to a whopping $4,200. So you're losing out on 150, but then you're gaining 200, so it's basically breaking even with this turbocharge. And I think it has something to do with the fact that obviously you're getting cam detection off a turbocharge with the Monkey Knowledge activated. So, fair enough. Seemingly minor change here. Turbocharge was pretty good, admittedly, but not that good, I guess. And then Moab Dom. We're going to go down from 60k down to 50k, so a full $10,000 cheaper on Moab Dom. I really feel like this could be one of the 2 Tower Chimps combos. Get a Moab Dom and something else that could just pop all the balloons, and boom. Freaking got it set up, bro. Bomb Shooter! When you pop this guy with Striker Jones, he's really, really good. This time around, they're changing it, so the ceramic bonus damage is now gone. So it used to have a 1 bonus damage. You can see it's just going to go from 2 to 4, blah, 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 blah. Or normally that does not have that extra damage. Like if you pop a lead, you're going to pop it, 1 layer here, just 1 pop. So that's all you get. So that 1 bonus ceramic is going down to 0, so literally halving it. Halving his damage against ceramic class balloons. You really have to focus on getting other towers in addition to this guy, instead of just relying on a Moab Mauler spam to beat everything. Some really cool and welcome changes for the Ring of Fire and Inferno Ring. Ring of Fire attack rate increased from 0.53 to 0.47. So now we're going to be attacking balloons a little bit faster. Nothing insane here. But, you know, always when you're getting those changes on a decently powerful tower already, you have to be minuscule. You can't make anything crazy happen. Then what's even more interesting is when you get up to Inferno Ring. This is interesting. This is kind of weird, too. Is the attack is still set to a flat 0.1, so he attacks pretty quickly, obviously. Like, compared to the previous guy, you're going to see how much faster he shoots. Boom, 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 boom. He pops things really freaking fast. But then he's got this meteor here. And the meteor is going to change based on which upgrade path you decide to go for. If you go for a 5-2-0, you get a base pierce of 1 to 2 on the meteor. So we're doubling its popping power, depending on if you need the pierce. And then the Infernal Ring bottom path is going to increase the meteor damage from 700 to 1,000. So, honestly, I don't know which one is going to be better here. It's going to kind of like depend on what you're doing, but either way, this is cool. It's an extra additional bonus that we get for this Inferno Ring. I kind of suspected something like this would happen. Icicles got a pretty big nerf from $2,000 to $2,750. Kind of makes sense. He was pretty good, man. I mean, not only do we get like a crazy amount of ceramic stunnage and stuff like that, kind of in the middle part of the game here. You just get like infinite stunnage and then just blow them up afterwards. It gets kind of ridiculous here, you know? What the heck is going on? These are round 98 balloons. Obviously, they still can't pop whites and zebras and stuff, but that didn't seem to matter for the Icicles. He was still really, really good. I don't know exactly how this will affect the game, but Ninja Kiwi seems to think that this will add a lot of extra Moab damage to a sniper and not affect his balloon popping power much. So this is kind of interesting. First of all, the middle path here, the Bouncing Bullet, its ability to bounce from balloon to balloon has been limited by a little bit, from 50 down to 40 range. Okay, that makes sense, but what happens is if you increase it up to a 2-3, it just increases it back, so they want you to go for the top path with this upgrade. Interestingly enough. Okay, and then oddly, when you get a 4th tier auto rifle, what's going to happen is it's going to gain a bonus Moab damage to the first hit. So you're going to notice that he hits right away. Usually most people go for a shrapnel shot with this guy. So you're going to get a shrapnel shot, and you're going to get that bonus damage on the Moab in the first place. And then eventually it's going to fall off as you pop the balloons underneath. Cool. Seems fair. What's cool about it, when you get an Elite Defender, the bonus is going up to 2. When you get a Full Metal Jacket Elite Defender here, oddly enough, it goes for an extra weirder bonus. So you're going to go from a 105 is a bonus of 3, and a 205 is a bonus of 4. I don't know what that means without looking at it and seeing it happen in real games and stuff like that, but that sounds like everything's a buff. I'm happy with it. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I think this is going to come to Battles 2 as well. This is probably something that they had to work pretty hard on. They are changing the ability to toggle which direction your Monkey Ace flies in. Yes! I thought this was going to take a couple more updates for them to come out with this, and it might still take some time for Battles 2. They're probably working on it at the same time for both things, so I'm really excited to see this in Battles 2, but BTD6, it's kind of cool as well. So now instead of just flying in this figure 8 pattern, we can fly in the opposite figure 8 pattern, if we desire. But more importantly, if we did a circle path, we can fly in the opposite circle path. Either way, it's going to be an extra bunch of popping power. Going to be really, really exciting and make it a lot more fair in a lot of these weirder maps where they're kind of mirrored, and in one way Monkey Ace works well, and the other way he doesn't work well. In addition, we got some other changes going on in here. So the ground zero price is going to go up $4,000 from 14 to 18K. But the Zarbomba is going to go down from 35 down to 30. So Zarbomba is going to be more for us. But ground zero, man, you can't just spam those things in chimps now and expect to win every single game, dude. Get on it, especially super duper hard games, man. You're going to have to use other non-spamming ability things. Get used to it. And Flying Fortress. Whew. All right, this is going to be tough, man. Flying Fortress from 100K down to 85K. Welcome to me, man. I thought the Flying Fortress was a little bit too expensive to buy in any real game, but we might actually be able to weasel out getting this guy in a chimps game or something. It would be ridiculous if somebody could make that happen, and I'm excited to see it. Let's be straight. Comanche defense sucked balls. I don't know if you guys remember this, but when BTD6 came out, Comanche Commander was by far the most overpowered tower in the game. You build a Comanche Commander, you win everything. It was just as simple as that. You build a Comanche Commander, you alchemize him, and the alchemy was somehow leaking out into all of the heli pellets or something like that, and it made him unbelievably powerful. Then they just nerfed him into the ground, into the floor, below the ground. It was like he was in, I probably went through the bottom of the earth, through to the other side of the earth. They just nerfed the crap out of him. He has never been useful since. Well, maybe that'll finally change. Comanche defense main missile heli attack rate increased from 3 seconds to 1. Ooh, triple net popping power, man. That's pretty good. Heli dart damage from 1 to 2. So getting quad darts here going to matter quite a bit. That's damage, too. That can mean a pretty big difference here. The Pierce increased from 3 to 4. So not only are we getting damage, we're getting more Pierce out of this guy. And don't forget, we get the random... Oh, sorry. Excuse me. The mini Heli Pierce increased from 3 to 4. Take that back. Mini Heli. The main Heli on the other two, and the mini Heli on this one. And then the Comanche Commander main Heli dart damage increased from 2 to 3. Not sure that's going to matter, man, but, you know, maybe a little bit here and there. It'll be kind of fun to see what this guy's going to do and if he's going to be useful at all. I still feel like he probably needs some more to make him worthwhile, but you know what? I'm always willing to give him a shot. Honestly, I like the mortars. I think they're a fun tower. I think they still needed some work to make them worthwhile here, and Ninja Kiwi is trying to make that happen for us. So, wonderful, wonderful news here. Balloon Buster Press reduced from 650 to 500. Woo! That's pretty sweet. You know, $150 change doesn't seem like much, but it is going to be a big deal here. Early game Balloon Buster can be nice. Shell Shock price also going to be going from $1,100 down to $900. So that's losing out on $200 and $150, $350 on those just two upgrades right there. Big one damage increased up from 5 to 7. Ooh. Biggest one damage increased from 20 to 25. Ooh. All right, so we got some crazy changes going on this top path mortar, man. Then on top of that, biggest one outer area of effect ceramic damage increased from 10 to 20. Okay. I don't know exactly where the outer effect damage is, but I'm assuming it's like out of this middle circle of explosions right here. And either which way, still pretty solid, man. Still pretty solid. Going back to the top path here, we're going to go to the Shell Shock. So, Shell Shock allows a burn from this tower to do twice as fast, but also expires twice as fast. So, if you're going for this odd upgrade instead of the faster reloading, might make sense. I don't know. And then, interestingly enough, the big one, burning stuff damage over time increased from 3 to 5. So if you got enough room on your map, man, I've never seen this mortar ever. I don't think I've ever seen this thing. Who would use this? Well, maybe now you have the opportunity to. This guy, what is this thing, man? That's ridiculous looking. All right, well, let me know what you guys think about this, because I'm kind of excited to see if this guy's going to be worthwhile. Alrighty, guys, we're down to Dartling Guns. So, Ray of Doom price down a lot from 95 to 80k, making them again possibly buyable in a real game without farming to the absolute max. This is kind of exciting. We might even see a Ray of Doom pop out in Chimps mode. Unlikely, but I still think possible, which is cool. It's cool to just imagine. Alright, and then beyond that, we've got a lot of Rocket Storm changes here, mostly nerfs. Ability damage from 6 to 5. The duration from 10 to 8. Ability no longer ignores blockers. Alright, well, there it is, Rocket Storm. I don't know if it's dead, but it's not OP anymore. Kind of makes sense. Oddly enough, we've got a random buckshot change here. Focus firing crosspath grants distance to projectiles of plus 25%. So this means that going for the laser shock instead of the powerful or the fast shooting might actually make sense. You got to shoot across the map here. You know, pretty far. 25% doesn't seem like much, but 25% will probably get us to the end of the screen, basically. So, weird positions on the Dartling gun may actually matter if you want to get kind of intense with this guy. There's a ridiculous amount of changes going on for Wizard here. I'm going to go through them, but I don't feel like any of them are super duper important. Wizard price from 400 to 375. That seems pretty cool. Wizards always seemed like a weak tower as a base tower. And that's why it was so important to get the really quick upgrades of Fireball and Intense Magic to kind of like make him worthwhile here, if you wanted an early Wizard popper. But still, he felt a little bit weak for what he was. So I like that. Wall of Fire, 900, 950, small change, but I guess worthwhile. Arcane Spike was a difficult tower to decide to get. $10,000 seemed too expensive for this guy completely. $10,000 still seems too expensive to me, but now he's $10,000 instead of $10,900. Good enough. Shimmer range. Alright, so oddly enough, Shimmer range is going to get a bigger range here. I guess that's kind of cool. So it's probably going to increase about from like here to there or so. Something like that. I still think it affects his tower instead of just his range of his Shimmer. So it'll be a reason to go for this thing to give you more range for something else. Even Wall of Fire or something ridiculous, if you want to. Then the Prince of Darkness tower range reduced from 80 to 60. Ooh. So they're the same. So you can notice this is pretty freaking huge Mungo. Well, it's shrinking down a bit, so now you got to pop balloons inside of the range. Inside of the smaller range, instead of just the massive, ridiculous range that it currently exists at. Alright, I'm not sure I fully understand why all these changes are happening to this guy, but the basic idea is that Prince of Darkness and the Necromancer, their base travel distances are going to go down for the balloons. So they used to spawn back here and go all the way through and then, like, die up here, right? It's going to be less than that. By about 25% or so for almost all the balloons, but they have it listed out as, like, every single individual balloon, and they're all different. In addition, something surprising is that it seems to increase the range if you get a Guided Magic. So you have to go this cross path. You don't even need to go Arcane Blast, which is weird, but alright. So realistically, you almost always want to go Arcane Blast with your Prince of Darkness. You do not want to get that Wall of Fire in the middle tier. I don't see very many times where the middle path would actually make sense anymore. Just go top path now, I think. I'm guessing, but I think so. Oh, snap, boys. Oh, snap. We got some crazy Super Monkey changes going on in here. Oh, man. All right. Plasma Blast price decreased from 4,500 down to 3,000. 3,000. That only makes sense if they're nerfing it. Oh, no, they kind of are. This is weird. They're making it $3,000 instead of 4,500. Ridiculous price decrease, but the Pierce is going from 3 to 2. So now you can get a pretty quick Laser Vision Plasma Blast Super Monkey in a lot of weird games, like before the first Moab, and actually pop that first Moab, because we don't even care about Pierce for the first Moab at all. I don't need to go through 6 different Moabs, man. I'm just popping one of them. It's really weird, but alright. Guess it's fair. Sun Avatar is not reduced in Pierce, though, but it is also going down by $2,000. Okay, so now, I mean, that's a pretty decent buff right there. I mean, we're talking about a good $2,000 plus $1,500, $3,500 in just that quick change, just like that. Rubble Monkey also getting a quick buff here. We're going to go from $8,400 to $8,000. Woo! Not too bad, not too shabby, man. And Dark Knight is going to get a random $100 increase. Interestingly enough. And then Dark Champion gains a bonus damage to Ceramic of +2. It makes a lot of sense because he really struggled against Blues in the late game. He was okay against Moabs, but just like, for the amount of money you were spending, it just didn't seem worthwhile. You're better off with a lot of other towers instead. And, oddly enough again, Legends of the Night decreased from $240 to $200,000. Still very expensive, never getting him in a real game, but this is to stop the abuse of super duper late game selling and buying and all that stuff. In addition, they made the passive ability cooldown that will carry on even if you sell and rebuy. So you can no longer say, oh, there's billions of bad sneaking through right now. Let me just, really quickly buy a quick Legend of the Night. And then, oh no, guess what? There's a bunch more bads coming through. After we use this guy, we sell him and buy it and use it again. Infinite, non-stop Legend of the Night action? What is that? Well, it seems a little bit overpowered, but it was. So they're getting rid of that. It no longer exists. Some more crazy changes for you guys. Oh my god. Druid base price reduced from 425 to 400. Doesn't seem like much, but when you're spamming a bunch of low-tier druids, this might matter for you. The Storm price is going to be reduced from 1850 down to 1650. The Ball Lightning is going to be having some ridiculous changes here. First of all, the price is going to go down $600 here. In addition to this, there's a lot of maximum and minimums going on in here, but the basic idea is that, generally speaking, every single thing is buffed. Improved the Storm Blowback, improved the Storm Blowback, the Lightning Storm's price, or Pierce, is increased by a lot, and the price was reduced as well. They really want people to use Ball Lightning. Really want people to use Ball Lightning. In addition to all of that, the Monkey Knowledge that is called Cold Front, that allows you to freeze the blues with this Ball Lightning, is now going to be 25% by default. And in addition to that, with the Monkey Knowledge, it's going to be up to 100% freeze chance. What is even the point then? It's kind of ridiculous. But, alright. Always going to stun? Holy crap. Kind of ridiculous. In addition, we're going all the way up to Superstorm here, which nobody uses, admittedly. Going from 80k down to 65,000. We might be able to buy this guy in real games, my friends. Real games. This is awesome. And the Oh My God blowback is going to be for half the distance. Who cares? It already blows back infinitely anyways. I don't see how this could possibly be a bad upgrade now. This thing's going to be freaking solid, dude. gonna be freaking sexy. That's all I can tell you, man. I'm kind of excited to see if I can use this guy well. He's gonna be pretty OP. I think. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I really think this guy's gonna be good. Primary expertise has gotten a slight nerf here. 3 seconds down to 2.5 seconds for, oh, sorry. Not a nerf. A buff has been increased from 3 to 2.5. So it's going to attack much more frequently. So if you're going for that primary strategy with a bunch of boomerangs and cannons, attackers, and dart monkeys and crap, this guy's going to be worthwhile for you. And a quick quality of life change for all you wonderful people out there. If you guys haven't seen Balloon Trap with the larger surface area, now has the ability to, well, they already had the ability for you to target where you want it to be and put it in a different spot, but let's say it accidentally put it in a stupid spot. Like, you know, you accidentally threw it over here, just as an example. That would really, really suck if you could just never build a new one because they already built one over here. So now they eventually disappear after you change the spot. Makes a lot of sense. Very helpful. Oh, I forgot about the subs on the Buccaneers. Let's get going on these guys. Subs. Small change, man. Small change. We got the Ballistics missile. This guy's going to go for a missile attack rate of 1.1 down to 0.99. Actually, not bad. Cool. But what's interestingly enough is the 032 takes away that 10% rate. What? I've never seen something go away by getting an upgrade. That's so weird. But okay, I guess, that's fine. And the second thing is I can't even show very much for Buccaneer. Basically, everything going on with the Paragon means he's going to be more powerful in the long term, except for the grappling hook cooldown is going to go lower. That's really all it means. It means you have a reason to go for a higher level Paragon instead of just getting a level 1 Nav Arc, which makes a lot of sense. He was very powerful to level 1. There really wasn't much reason to try to get him higher and higher and higher, unlike the other Paragons. And the last two balance changes, which I'm not even going to be showing on screen because they're so weird, is that Quincy, level 17, now has explosive arrows. Shoot from 3 to shoot 2 shots. A lot more powerful. And Admiral Brickle got some crazy crap going on. Permanent 1+ pierce to all water towers in radius. And revolver attack damage increased from 7 to 9, and from 7 to 11, depending on the level. So Brickle's going to be more powerful by a pretty significant amount, and Quincy's going to be a little more powerful here, but only at level 17 and above. He was already pretty good, so that's going to be an interesting one there. And that's all I got for you guys for these changes coming to BTD6, not even in BTD6. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Ninja Kiwi giving us this preview, and let me know what your thoughts are on me giving you guys this preview of their preview. I like it, personally, because I like to talk about what the game's going to be like and all that good stuff, and honestly, like I said, every single thing Ninja Kiwi did, I think is rock solid. Not a single thing that I said just doesn't make any sense. Very, very cool, very, very fun, changing up the game, making things interesting. I love it, guys. I really do love it. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like if you guys do enjoy this video. Thanks so much for watching. Of course, have a super duper delicious day.